To the town of our free rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip.
All right, so we'll start this off. Welcome, everyone. I'm Dylan, your host and creator of the Dungeon Dwellers Adventures. I'm joined by my fellow Dungeon Dwellers, Matt, Marco, and Aaron, as well as some esteemed guests from the recent Fallout fan celebration in Goodsprings, Nevada. With us tonight is Valeria, a veteran crafter, sculptor, and photographer from British Columbia. Hayden, a Brotherhood of Steel fanatic and cosplayer from Utah. Matthew Moko, the Fallout lore expert and cosplay competition winner out of Oregon. And finally, John, a staple of the online Fallout community, exhibiting crafting and cosplay on social media, who was also fortunate enough to be a judge for the Mojave Madness costume competition, hailing also out of California. So I want to start with what is all still fresh in our minds now, just a couple weeks past our favorite event of the year. We're talking Goodsprings. So this year at the Fallout fan celebration, we saw record numbers of attendees with new attractions, more cosplay, and even surprise celebrity guests. I want to start with what were some of all your favorite moments from the weekend, and what do you hope they include or expand on next year? Anybody want to go first?
Speaking of expansion, it's not really about hoping, but actually something that I think I'll participate in is remember the gas station in Goodsprings with the junkyard?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I like that bit. It was very, very small, but it was awesome, actually. Good for photo shoots, right?
The guy who actually makes these cars, well, there's two of them, I think, and one of them says, hey, you should come like a few days prior to take pictures. And I'm like, why not? Because he said it will grow even bigger. He didn't get into specifics, but it will grow. The junkyard will be even more epic. So I'm really hoping that from like artist perspective, I'm hoping to capture that, but and see what else, like Atomic, maybe they'll bring something Atomic. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But the Highwayman was a good addition to that, I think. So I'm hoping Highwayman will be there as well.
I only did notice the Highwayman was only at Mojave Mayhem. I didn't really see it this time compared to last year.
You're talking about the place with the Poseidon Energy sign, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That one.
I said Red Rock, and I was like, no, that's not right.
It
was Poseidon.
That was the one with the radioactive crater that they put next to the truck?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
The guy that was driving around his steam-powered tractor.
That's insane.
No, that was loud. I could hear that all the way from the saloon.
One of these guys is actually has a full yard full of these cars in Montana, so he brings these cars over sometimes into Nevada. That's some kind of funny.
Oh yeah,
wonderful. Actually,
that's super cool. My favorite part of the event was just seeing all my friends and everything like that. But on top of that, I got to meet Mark Meir. He was sitting there running around, going and talking to everyone like that. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. Like, my first cosplay was the Quarian and everything. Well, my first build was the Quarian. Absolutely love it. But my most recent cosplay was Commander Shepard. And so what I did is I ripped the arm off of Commander Shepard once I knew that Mark Meir was going to be there. And I brought it to the event. And I actually got him to sign it.
Hey!
Wow.
And so...
Nice.
Forever going to be part of my cosplay. I'm so happy about that.
I was hoping there would be Garrus, a voice actor, like, I don't know. Like,
that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the best thing that was at the events is I like seeing personalized versions of costumes. So, for example, like winter NCR and stuff, or, you know, different just variants of like Legion and so on, because those variations, they're refreshing to see, because when you have like 50 or 60 people dressed as the same person, it's nice to just be like, oh, there's someone who took the liberty to do their own rendition. And I mean, every year that's kind of like my highlight that I always look to like seek out is own people's renditions of it, because I can only imagine what Fallout 76 is eventually going to grow into with personalization and how technology is working in the game. So I would hope that eventually we could see things in game that are more personalized like that.
That would be
John,
cool.
do you have anything to add to that since you were judging the costume contest?
I don't know specifically. I mean, like I have my own rendition of a ranger. I got the Gold Rust Ranger. It's a Sierra Madre kind of variant.
Awesome.
With a gold inlay in the between the armor plates there.
Dude,
So,
I've always thought
That's so
about that. It's like maybe like like almost a blinged out ranger. Like that would be really awesome.
You know. But yeah, I love seeing all the different variants of everything and just the creativity that people can, you know, bring to show off and just showcase. And I really appreciated that being like one of the categories of judging is like the upcycling thing, is where you can have someone that literally takes like roadkill or something and makes it into a part of their cosplay. I thought that was a really unique thing. I don't know if that's how I know it was ethically sourced. I don't know if that was roadkill or not, but
That is crazy.
And that's a list of things for next year. No real guns and no real roadkill.
Mocha Matt, what was one of your favorite parts of the event?
I genuinely think, as much as a lot of us were kind of not expecting it, for that second day that we all got absolutely rained on. I don't know who stuck around for that, but it was
not me.
I remember specifically because that's when, you know, you had Walton Goggins and Aaron and the rest of the team show up. Excuse me. It was kind of fascinating. I remember standing there about maybe 3 or 4 feet from the door, the side entrance to that to the Pioneer Saloon itself, and then you're just hearing wild screaming, and you're like, okay, what just happened? Who's hurt? Where's the med team? What's going on?
I heard people chanting my name, and I didn't know what was going on, but it wasn't for me. It was for another Aaron.
Yeah.
Like, what?
And I remember standing there going like, all right, who's hurt? And then looking over a crowd of people to see that famous receding hairline that we all know and love.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I guess that's one of the highlights because none of us really expected. But I think that's genuinely a highlight because I don't think a lot of us were expecting it. Like we knew like some cast and some crew were showing up, but I think that was just kind of the cherry on top, if you will.
As soon as I saw Fallout on Prime post like there's a surprise coming at Goodsprings, I'm like, something's up. I saw it in their story. I'm like, I know something's gonna happen.
So I was watching an interview with Old Man River, and he was talking about how he had saved that, and that was the only way he was able to surprise his like employees that were working for him. And he had already reached out with Amazon, and they had told him that they were going to be coming in, and he was trying to keep that under wraps until that day comes. So when they got there, it wasn't just a surprise for us; it was also a surprise for the people that were working for him, because a lot of people donate their time for him for this event, and they're already Fallout fans. So it was a nice, like, just thank you, you know, for the people that helped him out. And it was refreshing to see Old Man River, like, you know, the guy's a great guy, you know, so that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
He was trying to surprise his guys.
What I thought was crazy, too, was Walton Goggins rolled up in a convertible while it was raining.
Did you guys see that car?
Yeah, his own separate video.
It's actually really funny that you bring up that car because there were 4 of us in my little party, And we were driving in on that old back road because they're like, take the shuttles. And we were like, okay, there's probably some back way into town that we could probably park in the back, I'll admit. So we drove in the back and we saw the trailers and they were loading the cars out. I was like, oh, interesting. They brought some old cars out. That's kind of cool. And then for the fact that that car pulls up with the cast and crew, I'm like, you're telling me that we just drove right by it and I was driving the car and I didn't happen to look to my right slightly?
Oh.
I was sitting there at the Goodsprings sign, like with a bunch of friends and stuff like that, and we were sitting there taking pictures, and all of a sudden I hear a drone, and it's raining cats and dogs outside. I'm like, why is there a drone outside? And I look at the drone, I'm like, it's just sitting there struggling in the air. I'm like, huh, that's weird. I look at the road because I'm like, what's going on? Just that convertible going by, and I'm like, is that Walton Goggins? And I'm like, I start pointing and like telling my friend group, I'm like, is that Walton Goggins? And they're like, I think that's Walton Goggins. And we all just start running towards the saloon.
Have you guys thought about actors thinking, like, what the hell are we doing in this muddy, forgotten land? Because it was awful. Like, I actually have footage of all this mud under my feet, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think celebrities actually enjoyed it, but they kind of.
That's what's great. I was thinking also when it started raining, I was all like, we're gonna really see right now who those Fallout fans are, because this is gonna separate them, and like
those puddles took over.
If you wear an NCR jacket that does not have wax coating or beeswax coating and it gets rained on, I'll tell you it's the worst thing in the world to do. Horrible.
Like 10 pounds
in the water.
Yeah, I didn't put beeswax coating on that leather. It's an actual leather duster. It just got soaked.
Oh.
It's originally like 20 pounds. It was about 40 pounds by the time I was done. It was
Wait.
Towel.
Yeah.
I was very thankful to be not wearing all that ghoul makeup that day. I was very happy to be in my King's outfit, standing there with a leather jacket going, this is the best weatherproofing that I have for the day.
I was wearing this jacket. It's cotton, and I think it's because of the lineup in the morning that the things got worse. If I didn't stand for like 2 hours in the lineup and prim, this wouldn't been so wet that I was actually death cold in there. I actually spent only 1 hour or so on Saturday, and then I left back to Vegas with some guys I met during the event. We were just walking around the city, you know, like. But yeah, maybe next time I'll just get better prepared. Or some repellent, you know, like the like you mentioned, coating or something. Yeah.
How many of you guys slipped at Mojave Wasteland in the mud, dude? I literally had I caught myself once, and like all of that really fine what was it like where the freaking horses run, that grounding that they have out there with the puddles. I hope that they figure something out for next year for Mojave Wasteland, because shit's deadly.
It's gravel.
The NCR team that was over in the corner of Vendor Village really came in clutch with all those pallets and stuff, and I was like, oh, we're actually doing like military aid support.
That was wild.
digging trenches and everything. That was cool.
Look, the NCR is actually using taxpayer money. That's nuts.
They go to a lot of events, I've noticed, and I think they're from Arizona, so they're used to those monsoon seasons where they have to trek through everything.
Yeah, that is the group, the New Arizona Republic.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boys Ben and
Eric and
all those good guys, great guys. But speaking of them, their cosplays were pretty great. I wanted to know what some of your guys' favorite cosplays from the event were.
The D51 power armor.
I have to say,
That was so good.
Yeah.
Fisto was amazing.
Fisto was it, yeah. Yes, there it is.
I kind of struggle with this question because you like everybody, and to you, seeing Nick Valentine, it was during actually a Sunday event. It's when I met you, Dylan.
Yep.
Nick Valentine to me blew my mind. The guy looked top notch. He actually looked like Nick, but with the skin.
Last year too, he was really fun.
Yeah, I like that one, but the one I truly stuck with was Boone, because he's so stoic, and he actually got approached by the police asking like what the heck, but the guy just bought some stuff from Home Depot and assembled that looked like actual real stuff, but
That's
it
crazy.
was just some pipe from Home Depot. Yeah.
Wow. Didn't was it Dylan or Marco? Didn't one of you guys get a CD from that guy? From the Nick Valentine? Marco, you got it, right?
No, I gave it to Dylan, didn't I? No, I have it.
I have it.
Oh, there it is.
But he gave us
Yeah,
a sample DJ like mix.
he does like his own radio show host
And, like,
for
That's
Fallout.
cool.
Nice.
Brought it.
Yeah.
I just when you brought it up, I was like,
It was strange too because we were like, "Oh, dude, we remember you from last year," and he was all like, "You guys want to sample my CD?" And I was like, "I guess, yeah, bro, sure." Like,
Drop
He
it.
mixed it.
Drop his mixtape at Mojave Mayhem real
I mean,
quick.
as a synth, it's just gonna be like techno noises, probably.
Uh-huh.
The Grognak. I know that dude would be cool.
Oh yeah.
oh my god, that was
Roughed it for sure.
that was crazy.
Bro, it was raining too. I'm like, you poor dude.
Yeah.
We saw him like walking back and forth to his car too, like a couple times. So we were like, is this guy gonna go the whole way like this, or
Gonna go Fallout.
He even made it to the
Oh,
after party
okay.
on Sunday in full Grognak nothingness.
Dude,
I'm home with the snipples.
so
I just looked at him throughout that entire event, going, "Buddy, you gotta be freezing."
I'm committed, man. I'm committed. I can't stop.
I was
Loin,
like,
the loincloth is not much to go on.
Mhm.
I worked hard for these guns.
He had what he had like just like a top that he took off, right? And then he's running around just in that little fur thing. I'm surprised the Lanius, the Legion, that tall guy who did.
Oh
the Legion,
yeah.
why didn't he join the costume contest, man? Was he not in it?
I don't remember seeing him in it, and I've seen him for the past 2 years.
Yeah,
And I mean,
he was handing out the little
I
cap
remember him.
boxes with all the caps in them out of his
Yeah.
bag. Maybe he didn't get the memo on how to enter, but that would have been a great one.
It genuinely would have, and I mean, it's a stellar Leggett costume. I mean, especially with his size and build. I mean, I'm 6'4", and the guy dwarf sizes me, so I'm sitting there going like, "No, this is accurate."
Yeah, the Legion. What somebody else here will know her handle. The Legion girl that won. Yeah,
Vampy
Matt.
Goth.
It's Vampy Goth. Yeah.
Vampy Goth, that whole costume, every little piece was just amazing.
I was actually
Totally.
surprised to see some really good mechanists out there this year.
Yeah.
That was a new one. Yeah. There was at least 2, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was
There was-
2.
I was running around with one of them, and great dude, amazing dude. I cannot remember his handle right now. It's Arctic something. Great dude.
I was surprised to see so many VR keys. Like there were 3 that went in the competition. There was like the hologram one and then 2 others, I think.
I remember the hologram one. Gee, that was good. That little touch up with just the mesh netting over her. That was perfect little touch. That really sold it.
It's from the Fallout 2, right? I think.
From,
New Vegas.
Dead Money.
Yeah,
Vegas.
The, New Vegas, the DLC.
Wait, I thought about something else. In one of the Fallout 1 or 2, there was a ghost.
Oh, I
That's
think that was
right.
2, right?
I think it was 2, yeah.
Where you have to go get like the item or necklace or something.
Yeah,
I
I
think you
thought
have
it
to
was
like
that
get
ghost.
her bones or something and like officially lay her to rest or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's
it Gary?
That
I've
is
seen
some
some
Skyrim
videos,
stuff.
Pretty sure that's 2.
I sadly missed the cosplay contest. I was so upset.
Oh, you weren't there?
Yeah.
Well, also the thing is, like with the costume contest, like in order to find the entry, the way they did it this year, it was like a little last minute because they released the website so quickly to the event. I feel like people like that the Legion guy and so on, didn't really know about it, because I even informed Dylan like a day or two before when he was making his rifle. I was like, did you enter into the costume contest? He's like, what? I need to enter? And like, I just feel like they could do a better advertising with the costume contest next year. That way people are more aware. And if they could get more categories in, that would be great, because you know that there's more people that want to do different things. Like I can only imagine the roster that they can nail for next year, especially with judges. Maybe John, if you could weasel your way in there to make sure that costume contest is bigger next year, man, like do it, man.
It's actually why I missed it. I learned about this too late.
Like their advertising wasn't up.
And to make a costume, you need at least a couple months, depending on the costume. So I wish I knew that at least a couple months in advance. The only thing I had time for was eating, honestly. So
can you imagine how much power armor we would see with a larger or an earlier event notice?
Yeah.
But what are you gonna say, John? You look like you want to shoot something. You want to say something?
Oh yeah, no, I had no power in the establishment or getting the advertisement out there for the cosplay competition. But they did do the online registration to expedite the process, because cosplay competitions can go on for 5 to 7 whatever hours just to get everyone across and then scored. And so they were doing the online registration, and then we got to see the progress of everyone's stuff to kind of get an idea of what we're going to be seeing. And kind of, we had a scoreboard already lined up, but we didn't do any actual scoring until everyone walked across. So it was just to speed things along, and it was over in an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
I would say
So
too.
Competition was
very streamlined.
skill contest, right?
It was very well put together.
Yeah. Well, with the event, I know we all had a good time, but I have another topic I want us to transition to. So with all that being said, I wanted to move on into Fallout Season 2 and what we, the fans, need to see in the December 17th debut. So the anticipation for this upcoming season of Fallout is unparalleled compared to any other video game show adaptation. With the success of Season 1, Amazon captured the hearts and the minds of old and new fans. So what is one hope that you have for the new season, and one concern that may be lingering in your minds?
Bisto.
And they already confirmed he ain't coming, which is really sad.
Oh, damn.
No!
We need cut content episodes where it's like, hey, here's what we had in mind. It's like
The cutting room board.
The unrated version.
I'm hoping for my boy Raul.
Yes.
I would love that.
Oh,
One thing that I'm a little worried about is they've come out and said that no ending is the canon ending. Is that they all won in the end, and that doesn't track with past Fallouts. There's always been a winner and a set story in all the past Fallouts, 1, 2, 3. It's there's a story there, but
So
I feel like
what they're saying, there's no closure.
yeah.
So Hayden, you kind of opened it up to my second question already, so we'll just throw that one in there too. Is what are some of your guys' maybe predictions or theories for this upcoming season? As far as the canon endings and such. Matt's thinking. Matt Moko's thinking pretty hard there. I see that. I see the gears are grinding. What do you got for us?
So here's kind of my both looking at it and analyzing it from afar, and also knowing what the endings would have been for New Vegas. We can kind of look at it with two different kind of lenses. I'm wondering, because I guess if we're looking at predictions, we see snippets of Mr. House still alive, which is I mean, it's a couple of the endings or a couple versions of the endings. We still see the Securitrons as active, especially with their upgraded programming. So we see that as well. Victor's still alive, so it does get it feels like the trailers are leaning towards the Mr. House ending. To which my prediction with like between the Legion and NCR, because the NCR were kind of, for lack of better terms, fractionated in the last season that we really saw with the attack on the observatory. I'm wondering if we're going to be dealing with, no pun intended, but like fallout between those two factions. I'm wondering if we're going to be dealing with like remnants of both the Legion and the NCR, because I'm wondering where they're going to fit those two in, especially with the series being after the events of New Vegas. I mean, not too long after, but still a significant amount. So I'm wondering if they're going to try and cook up their own ending or try and make a mesh of all of the endings. I mean, it also kind of depends with how the show kind of looks at whatever the Courier did with, the Long 15. Was that taken out? Was that still going? So it's at this point, it's really anyone's game. But I guess we got 10 days to sit and think about it till we figure it out, huh?
Another question I had actually was, did anyone watch the little sneak peek with Novak?
Yeah.
Yes.
The little minute.
Was that the one where she was like bargaining and like working through her processes and like just talking to them, and meanwhile the dude's just like
he's like, shoot him!
There's barbed wire around too. I didn't notice that at first. I'm like, oh, that's gotta suck. That's gotta really suck. Like first you're getting hung, and then
In the new season, I'm excited to see the NCR.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they left it on the last season when they did that little like thing when you saw the helmets that they had, they seemed like a little larger. I think I hope they do that a little bit better, and I hope we get to see a lot more of the NCR.
I need material for my next cosplay, that's for sure. I mean, the Ranger armor in the game and in art books is pretty amazing. I already have a ton of them, but I really want to see, like, the type of fabric they use. Is that pieces of leather? Like, I want to be precise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about that. I'll be joining NCR next year.
See the Creation Club thing with the Beast Hunter. I want to make one of those.
That would be cool.
That is cool. Yeah.
That makes me kind of think, do any of you guys, obviously Valerie's going to be going as NCR next year, but are you guys changing up your costumes next year, or are we all still doing something?
Oh.
All right, so I see Matt and then Hayden. Are you doing something, Hayden?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing a trooper from the Operation Anchorage DLC.
Oh,
okay.
So of course sticking with the winterized thing,
right.
Nice.
And maybe some combat armor from Fallout 4 painted in the same style as my Ranger. So
awesome. Matt, what were you thinking?
I have
Badge.
nice.
That's awesome.
We'll be somewhere.
The night that we got back to our Airbnb in Vegas, I already knew what I wanted to do for next year, which is
it's like Christmas.
Oh yeah, I was like, all right, it's that one scene from Nightmare Before Christmas where it's like, we just ended Halloween, we got 364 days before the next one.
360.
Exactly. I already picked out 3. Ironically, we talked about it earlier. I'm planning on doing a Nick Valentine cosplay with all the shredded mechanical bits.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw together a Benny cosplay. I'm actually working with one of my old musical theater costume designers to help me pattern a jacket for it. And this is probably going to be the most ambitious thing I've ever done. But for the third day, we're going with Frank Horrigan.
I'm so excited.
Oh, wow.
I am so excited.
Bad bastard. Yeah.
Are you gonna make a power armor frame?
Say again?
Are you gonna make a power armor frame to go with that? Are you gonna try to be biblically accurate?
Just
Biblically accurate, Frank Horrigan. You know, it's
got
it's
some.
funny that you bring that up because I was doing like character specs specifically for Frank Horrigan, and I was like, what is the height on this guy? 12'2".
Insane.
Do I need drywall stilts to literally double my size?
Just an FPV shot.
Yep.
Just one shot.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Well, a lot of trial and error phases you got until then.
I have
Yes.
stilts you can borrow.
I myself am a loyalist. I will be sticking with the Minutemen and trying to make the infamous laser musket bigger, John, and better than ever. I'm even considering working with some like Raspberry Pi to make some of the boards more functional. I definitely want to include the plasma globe again, but I'm also thinking of disassembling one of the. It's like a plasma gun which electrifies. It makes the little like zap zap zap. But if I get that close enough to like a bulb or a laser, something kind of long, I can pull the trigger and make the whole thing just light up.
You do like something fiber optic too. That way it's just like the string, and then it shoots the beam kind of down it. Or
Oh,
you could
cool.
rig up some LEDs, the COB LEDs, and program your Raspberry Pi to like do it sequentially.
Right. Yeah, I need something like that. The fiber optics I shy away from because the tolerance for error is so low, and with all of the activity going on throughout the event, I mean, even the laser musket you saw on stage had already had the tip of it snapped off just from the umbrella on that rainy second day. Thankfully it still looked great. I was still very happy with it, but LEDs, I need to go extra full nerd on it.
You did an amazing job on that laser musket, by the way. That was
It
cool.
was gorgeous.
Yeah, version 2.0, and just got to step it up to make everybody happy. I knew everyone turned into a 5-year-old when they saw that plasma globe and just had to get a finger on it.
I think you already mentioned, but how long did it take you to make the whole thing?
Probably about 40 hours over a couple of months, trial and error. And there's no like set plans for it. It's just you have the
I would
pieces.
see his Snapchat story after work every day, or for a while of him just posting stuff on that.
Sending snap after snap of just like progression.
He's sitting there like he got his sleeves rolled up. He's all hot gluing something, like, the wire stuff, and we're like, "All right, man, you're a mastermind."
Yeah.
Another question about the Fallout show. Do you guys hope to see anything like not lore wise, but your favorite item from the game? Do you have a favorite item that you want to see in the show?
I was excited because that NCR Ranger power armor. I meant to bring that up earlier. The last question. I was excited to see that, and I want to see how that plays a role into just the lore itself. Because I don't know, I've never seen NCR power armor.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
In the lore wise, the whole point how the NCR got our armor was they got it from Helios 1 after the battle. They just made their troops try to learn it.
Didn't they like take the servos out and everything like that as well?
They also downgraded it a lot and took a bunch of pauldrons off because the training phase for the NCR troops was way too long and harder for them, so they downgraded it.
That was my question with the NCR power armor, because you obviously have that helmet that looks like are they upgrading the NCR helmet? Will we have to see the functions of what's inside the NCR helmet, like actual visually in the show, especially with the power armor? Like I'm very infatuated with that helmet and its design and stuff. So I wonder with that power armor if it's going to be significantly different from the standard NCR Ranger helmet that they're using. If it has upgrades or if it's going to be bulkier
or something in there.
Yeah, something. I mean, it's got to, right? Because it's got power armor attached to it. You're not just going to wear power armor and then
you need all the readouts.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see.
What if that's just standard issue for the veteran rangers now? That's
Could be.
Oh
That would be
yeah.
That thing is like when you look at the military armor that's like in 76, and then you look at the NCR armor, and you think about like pre-war and like what they were developing and like what those designs might entail. Like one of the things that I always think about is like it says LAPD Riot, right? But like, what did that Riot armor look like before the leather duster, before like everything else? Like, was there a complete set with a shield and a baton and a mask that didn't pertain to the wasteland so much? I mean, of course, we already know that Ranger helmet is a Ranger helmet, but is it the actual Riot helmet that they had for those riots? Or are they wearing the classic flap downs? Because I think that would be cool to see cosplays of pre-war era stuff, you know, like whether it be the NCR before they like how they got that armor, or we could go into other things like I mean, Legion it's not going to have anything, but like I don't know, I just think like
I mean with
exactly pads, just the jocks, you know, the jocks in the schools and stuff. But that's what I'm hoping to see is a more in-depth view of that armor, and like Valerie was saying, is like seeing the materials and seeing what that costume has to offer, because I think there's only like really in handful, maybe like 6 renditions that are that of NCR. Like, you know, you have your standard 3, but then there's a couple variations that I've seen through vendors. Like there's a NCR combat helmet that's got like a flat face. It's got like a flatma like in the front. And like if we could see that would be great. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm a texture junkie. I like the feel. Something I wanted to say, but yeah, you go ahead, Dylan.
So with that mention of the NCR power armor, they've obviously had some time to go through this. They've had the resources to devote to that. Well, at the same time in the trailer, we get a sneak peek of the Legion and their camp. Obviously, there's a pretty big explosion that goes off, but at the same time, that's a pretty big camp. So back to Matt's kind of like predictions of, you know, House looks like the main ending. All the other factions have still had time to kind of either reorganize or get bigger, you know. So what are your guys' kind of like thoughts on some of that?
Well, everything getting bigger and things growing. I mean, I just would want to see like what the story is going to develop into and how far that's going to go into a lore based into game. Because now that we have season-based shows that are going to provide more information, maybe, just maybe, that could be the step into, you know, the new game or more developments. We already know that we're possibly looking at renditions of New Vegas and the Fallout 4, you know. But what if we end up getting the steps taken to releasing, you know, the new Fallout after this season? What if it takes us a whole new path that we never knew?
It would be a great opportunity from a marketing standpoint of view. I see where you're going.
Yeah, it could like lead into like the next Fallout game.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly
yeah.
10 years from now.
Yeah.
Whenever they're done with
that technology is going to get these games going a little bit quicker. We shouldn't be waiting on 6, 10, 7, 8 year deadlines for
Somebody had to say it. I'm sorry.
I had heard
elephant in the room.
I had heard a rumor.
Thought about it.
I had heard a rumor that supposedly Bethesda sold Fallout off to another company, or at least not sold it, but is giving it to another game maker. I heard that. I don't know if it was true or not. I was wondering if any of you guys anyone else had heard that rumor.
See another article about Tim King being hired by Obsidian, so hopefully Fallout New Vegas 2, but I haven't heard anything else about that.
The last I heard was during the acquisition of when Microsoft got Bethesda, and Phil Spencer's first goal was to make a Fallout game that can make Xbox money. And one of the things that he wanted, because Microsoft already owned Obsidian before they got Bethesda, was to get those two together in the same room, and apparently that was the last time that came to anything. Was Phil Spencer wants Obsidian and Bethesda to sit in the same room, and when I tried to talk to the Obsidian employee about that, he said that was the first time I'm hearing about that sort of thing. So it's like, okay, so this is a very either a beginning talking sort of thing like that, or it just never even happened yet.
Or everyone signed an NDA.
Or that is a big thing. They signed an NDA and they're like, how the hell do you know? I'm not telling you anything.
The rumor you were talking about, Matt, something rings a bell on the account of, remember how Oblivion Remastered was made? Like they kind of uploaded it to a different company, and there were rumors actually that rang a bell when you mentioned it, that they will be doing the same for New Vegas or Fallout 3, which I'm excited about. I'm a huge Fallout 3 fan. But, you know, in light of everybody's demanding a remake of Fallout New Vegas and the fact that it's so tied with the show as well, there may be a big potential for that as well, I think.
I mean, send it back to Obsidian and give them a timeline that's realistic, because look what they did with that limited timeline they were on.
Yeah, 18 months running around from Fallout 3 and pumping out New Vegas.
Yeah.
Insane work.
I don't think it's any coincidence that they did that collection, the New Vegas collection bundle, and they set it out so far in advance on pre-order. I feel something's up with that.
That more or less feels like it should tie into the show. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like something is going to happen at the end of the show. Then they can say things that this is what we're doing, which they can't say now because it's too much of a spoiler at this point.
Because they had slated for Fallout 3 to be remastered. And that was supposed to happen, what, a year or two ago now?
I think
and then they had
2023?
Project Platinum, or I forget what it's called. Also on that leaked agenda.
Platinum shit.
Roadmap or whatever the hell it's called. So I think there's something behind that. But that's my speculation. With no real substance behind it.
We can all only hope. I mean,
yeah.
I can't think of anything else that would be considered, platinum or whatever the heck they named it. It just makes sense, platinum ship.
Right. And with the show coming to the end, we'll see what happens with that. But a great thing about seeing the show come to life is watching the plot play out in a way that makes us feel like we are in the character's shoes. And with our group, we get to go one step further in our Fallout TTRPG campaign. So, truth be told, my love for Fallout inevitably led to the start of this channel. After trying to rope me in to a couple of D&D 5e campaigns, Marco, our esteemed overseer, had presented a new campaign based on the Modiphius 2D20 adaptation in the Fallout universe, and I was immediately hooked, because if it's got Fallout on it, I'm playing. So Marco, I was wondering if you could give us a brief run through of the D&D system with Fallout and what it takes to run the campaign.
Okay, so it's actually 100% different than it is D&D as far as mechanics go. But as far as role-playing goes, 100% the same thing. It's honestly it's even more expansive than it has been when it comes to the video games, because you're limited to what you can only say in the dialogue, or what you can only do with the amount of weapons that you're given, or the amount of things, and the list goes on with what Todd Howard implements to you. With Fallout the TTRPG, you are allowed to do almost anything. And that's what I love about this, is that if Todd Howard didn't think about it, don't worry, it's allowed in here.
One of our first... truly two bears high-fiving or more?
Yes.
Yes.
So I think in one of the first episodes we had, or first sessions that we had, Marco let me take water. I bought water from a vendor, just passing through, and I asked if there was like a chemistry set or something nearby. He's like, yeah, and I'm like, great.
Yes.
I want to separate the hydrogen and the oxygen to make bomb. And Marco was all about it. He was like, well, I mean, your skill, roll, here we go.
That's
You're good.
all I
You got hydrogen bombs.
That's all I required. Did you have the intelligence for it? Yes, you did. Okay, do you have the materials for it? I could just go for it, right? Yeah, good. Get to hunting. Go scavenge. And he did. 2 hours later, he's like, I got plastic bottles.
Man had bombs, power armor. Me and Matt were ghouls.
Yeah, we're ghouls. Ghouls forever.
That's cool.
Always ghouls.
I had a cult following for some reason.
And then what's wonderful is that normally, if it was just solo on a game, yeah, it's wonderful just casually wasting 2 hours looking up for. I need some tin cans so I can make the suppressor for my rifle. But in the TTRPG aspect, you just casually 2 hours go by in 30 minutes or less. Like I come back and like I got plastic bottles. Perfect. Get to working.
So my question for you guys is, given the freedoms afforded without the limitations of the game mechanics, what is something that you might choose to do if you were in a wasteland campaign? Completely open-ended.
Probably start a cult. I mean, I've already got religious experience in a cult. I was Mormon once upon a time, so it's just.
See, that's new. You guys need to get to working. Hayden's got the right idea.
But yeah, I mean,
what I always
bad.
ask my players in the beginning of every in anything is that, how many times have you played a Fallout game and based your first character around yourself?
That is something that Marco did to us. Is we weren't allowed to play Joe Schmo or something. We had to play our actual selves as if we went into a vault, and we had to go in there. And like right now, like I have my daughter and my family. I'm pulling a Walton Goggins trying to find my family.
And he's a ghoul.
And I'm a ghoul. But that was before the show even came out.
And before the show even started, so he didn't even steal it.
So, the copyright me. But I mean, like we all have our own separate missions.
Right. Matt, I saw you thinking pretty hard, munching on your glasses like a piece of candy. What's something that you might do with the freedom of?
It's less of like, I mean, the idea of playing a legitimate ghoul is starting to appeal to me more and more the more we talk about it. But one thing, at least from, I mean, I think I've played the D&D 5e system for maybe about 10 years now. And now hearing that there's a newer system, the 2D20 system, which I'm not as familiar with. But
completely different mechanics.
The best role.
Fair point. I think it's less from like a personal choice standpoint, but more from like a DM GM kind of standpoint, where like you've seen in like prior Fallout games where it's like you see in some games you can really see the effects of the character on certain areas. For instance, like Fallout 1 and like Necropolis, if you choose to take the chip, you really see that civilization fall. I think it'd be really fascinating as a DM GM, at least in that area, would be to, you have your little survival party, if you will, and they do something that feels so minor to what would be the long scheme of the story, and have it just absolutely decimate a small or large settlement for that matter.
Repercussions.
Yeah.
So Mojo, you actually bring up a very good point, is that those mechanics, the first and the second game, those mechanics are pretty much what this game is based off of. So if you're familiar with the classic OG Fallout games, the top style version, that's literally all it is.
I have to notice that I struggled with D&D. I played with a couple of people. It was a space sci-fi setting. I left. I quit. Not for me, and I totally don't like their mechanics. But the classic Fallout, and if you played Divinity: Original Sin, that has a little bit of similar taste to it, like the score-based. That is the most perfect RPG setting, RPG mechanics for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have that book, and I have a few 3D, what do you call it, models for printing. So if I ever got to play, I could print it. But as far as the story goes, I'm a huge FEV hound. And in that sense, what I mean by that, I'm a follower of Lion's Pride. I believe in their cause. I believe in the extermination of FEV and super mutants. And that's kind of what the original Maxon was doing. He killed all the scientists, right? So to me, that's the essence of Brotherhood of Steel, and I would bring them to that state instead of what we see in Fallout 4 and in the show, like, just power hungry, let's get the technology, destroy everybody else. No, it's not about that. It's about actually restoring the evolutionary justice here. So I would be chasing down to that, but as far as the character goes, I usually play myself, and I'm a sniper. That's why I always pick Boone and Edie.
See? But those are only limited to what you can only do with the game. But like you said, if you were your own character, you'd be part of Lion's Pride, exterminating super mutants. You are allowed to do that with the TTRPG.
I actually have a little bit of a childhood trauma because I played Fallout 3 when I was 10. And I entered Vault 87.
Oh, okay.
And I saw centaur tongues around the corner. I knew it was a centaur. I closed my laptop and I waited until my sister's boyfriend comes and kills it.
Yeah, that'll get you.
I hate centaurs.
I just remember my earliest memories of Fallout, going through the metro and just hearing the Fallout, the feral ghouls and everything like that, and just being terrified. And then Bingo Bango Bongo's playing in the background, and I'm just
like, what the fuck
terrified.
is that?
With a centaur, actually, because Fallout New Vegas was my first game, but seeing a centaur for the first time, I was just like, just full cringe as a kid. Just, oh god.
Funny you say that. That's how I got introduced into Fallout. So I went to go play Fallout with little Jake, or one of our friends, and we were talking about abominations from another game. It's a zombie game, Killing Floor. I don't know if any of you guys know about Killing Floor. And I was just talking about, like, yeah, dude, these things are really gnarly. And he's like, dude, have you ever seen a centaur from Fallout? And I was like, no. So I'm sitting there, he loads up the game. I'm like, so what is this? And like, I'm seeing all the post-apocalyptic vibe. I'm like, oh, all right, this is cool. And he goes in Fallout 3 it says like some radioactive pit. And he's like, wait, I'll find it. It's around here. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I see the thing like slugging along. And I was like, what in the hell, dude? And it was literally that point to where I literally picked up the controller, killed the centaur, and then I started playing from that point on.
Someone's gonna cosplay that next year. Just saying.
Oh,
wild.
If anyone
Did you
has
see
the
the master?
cosplay a centaur.
Oh my goodness. That'll
So,
get
John-
John's vote immediately.
John, what do you think you would do with the freedoms?
Ever since the cult thing was brought up, it's been just playing through my mind. I'm like, I could start a cult to create storytelling skeletons and just have them in the most ridiculous things.
Oh god.
Oh.
You got one fishing. Oh, you've got one with a toaster up his ass or something, like completely off the wall things, and just make an entire cult out of it.
You're the Banksy of the skeleton art.
In life.
The guy's just like in an ER.
It's like
gas.
Pikmin with less blood.
He's like the Banksy artist.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the ghoul coming out in you.
Oh, there you go.
And then you brought up like the centaurs. I'm like, that's just the stuff that made it into the game. If you've looked at the concept art or like the
original
book and stuff, I'm like, there were rideable mole rats or whatever.
Yeah.
Huge mole rats that have saddles on them.
Yeah.
So
I think Valeria could have strapped a couple of rad roaches to her feet and faded away with her little cult following.
Not to mention all the new Deathclaw updates with 76, like a cult
Oh, yeah.
following with Deathclaws.
So what's this about Deathclaws having armor?
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Do you guys know about this? He was telling me today. He's like, "Have you played the new update?" I was like, "No, I haven't." He's like, "Deathclaws have pieces of armor." I'm like, "What? So they're sentient?" I mean, I know they're sentient and they're like pack hunting, but like they're full blown. Like
They're tamed. They're full tamed.
But wasn't
Gorus is back.
that a thing with Enclave? I think
In
I
Fallout
saw
3,
it.
they were like they
brainwave
had that device
control.
that like controlled
Yeah.
the Deathclaws, but also in Fallout, I believe it was 2, there was that sentient group of Deathclaws that were able to talk, and then
that can talk.
I think it was Gornak or something like that
Mhm.
that you
Yeah,
could have as a
Gorus.
follower.
Gorus.
Yeah,
Yep. Only one of them survived, I think.
I think it was Gorus.
Yeah, he's the last one that was able to survive from the killing.
Mhm.
Mojo, I think you already know what I'm going to say. What is it?
Supposedly, I heard a theory that in the trailer for season 2, you hear kind of that deep rumbly voice, which is Ron Perlman's voice, and people are thinking, okay, this could be a couple people, and there was like a large following of people that are like, oh, that's Gorus's voice, and I'm like, okay,
That would be cool.
they would be cool. How seriously would people take the show from then on? That's the real question.
Oh, yeah.
But it'd be curious because we see a Deathclaw in the trailer for season 2, which is kind of along the prediction side of things. Well, what if we do run into Gorus and he's completely mentally deteriorating, and that's what they end up fighting in Vegas, which would be a cool idea, but you never know.
I'm hoping they don't put off the Deathclaw fight too. I hope it's not like a real easy thing they get past. Yeah, I really am scared about that.
Our
Like
group,
the Yaogwai.
our group was
how they
talking
get
about
up to the head.
what if they run the Deathclaw as like the antagonist and kind of like makes like pop-up scenes and they're trying to eradicate him from New Vegas, or like they're trying to get that whole nest handled. That would be a nice aspect, but at the same time, there is like it might be a one-time shot and scene, but it doesn't make sense to like you could base so much around that in the season, off of having that Deathclaw involved, whether it be one or a whole nest or pack. But like I think they'll stretch it out. I mean, they want the views and we want the Deathclaw, so why not give the people what they want?
They were such a huge part of the game, like Corey, and like there were so many.
That'd be a great main subject of the next season is the quarry, like getting to New Vegas, discovering the quarry, and then like figuring that part out.
And running away from the quarry, and
That would be the boss fight, honestly, is the Mother Deathclaw. That would be the one that you would be, oh no, and then, hopefully somebody would get hurt or killed in that episode when that Deathclaw shows.
Could you imagine if they put Gordy in the show just on the Pioneer Saloon, just sitting there going, nope, too dangerous.
Nope.
Nope.
Going. Cool, and the Deathclaw walk into a bar.
Is Cazadores.
Oh, yay! Someone will die for
Now
that.
that they're in New Vegas, they have to
Or the-
experience the same hell we all did.
Or the Night Crawlers.
Oh
That's
yeah.
Night Stalkers.
Night Stalkers.
The,
Yeah.
the scorpion.
Fire geckos, anyone?
Hey, I mean that'd be pretty cool to see, and they might even do it because in the first season how they did that freaking swamp hand tongue fucking I don't even know what you want to call that thing.
The Gulper.
The gulper, the gulper. Like a fire gecko would be dope.
Gulper seemed out of place.
Yeah.
Little bit.
Did any of
They're a
them
newer
have
creature, that's why.
Super mutant this season?
Yeah.
Does anyone think we're going to see a super mutant? It's
Oh
probably gonna
yeah,
be
it's definitely gonna be Marcus.
It could be Marcus.
Yeah, because he's the only super mutant and or the super mutants that got cured in his campsite.
The
John,
Nightkin.
Oh yeah, the Nightkin.
The Nightkin.
John, what you got?
Bringing it back to Raul and the.
Oh no, I was just thinking, with Nightkin, something I really want to see is someone absolutely getting shredded by a Deathclaw, because that's the level of gore and intensity that they have shown us from season 1. It's like they're not afraid to rip someone in half or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're bringing Deathclaws in there, just they've got the claws. Shred them.
Do you remember the poster by that popular artist who only draws Fallout New Vegas lore?
Deimos?
It was an official kind of. I think Bethesda made it official. His art, the Deathclaw fight.
You can barely
Can't really see it.
see if I can move that out of the way. The Deimos ones.
Yeah, I think that's the
And
one.
there's the other. You can't even see that one over there.
Oh, John's just showing off now.
Oh, don't mind me, just looking around over here.
That's what I'm saying.
That room is so cool.
Wait, do you show your room on one of the videos on your channel?
He shows his
there's a
room
lot of them in
before
there.
he moves in, and then he shows his today collection. I've seen that video, John. It's like, oh yeah, this is just when I moved in, empty room, don't worry about it. And then, boom, every.
It's gotten out of control.
I actually did have a question for you guys.
Yeah, totally.
And it's based on the trailer, at least for season 2. I was thinking about it because the first time I saw it, you saw vertibirds entering a place out in the desert, and there was those like large spires coming up. At first, my brain thought Hidden Valley Bunker, which would have made sense because Brotherhood. Okay.
Yeah.
But I noticed earlier on, and I'm curious what your guys' predictions would be. I noticed going back through the trailer and being nerdy as I am, going frame by frame, going, what can I see? What can I not see? And if you zoom in, it says Area 51.
Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah.
And I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts. Like, are we going to see aliens in season 2? Are we going to see our famous little green men?
The Zenith.
So if they do that little Easter egg with the crashed UFO, that would be insane. That'd be cool.
I just thought that's a silo, the warhead silo. That's what I thought, because I think it was actually part of the plot of the season 1, because the ghoul, we know that his wife worked with something like
You work with Voltec.
the conspiracy.
But
Yeah,
how she's
and
they're gonna
Mr.
set up
House
a
has
bunker,
relation to it.
I bet you it might be like a subplot Easter egg that doesn't get answered. I mean, the way, because like I was just thinking about like if we get into the new season, we already have the story that we're watching and everything, but it would be really nice to see some sort of reference into that UFO based aspect, especially if the Brotherhood still are going to be stationed out of Area 51. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I think that Vault-Tec does have access to those like silos, though, like being able to have different areas that they could just pop up, or that how he's continuing to run experiments and do other things.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Something I kind of wanted to bring up for next year, I was talking about it with Matt and Dylan right before the other people joined, is next year's Fallout event. I'm interested in getting a vendor tent, whatever that costs be. And the reason I want to get that vendor tent is so we could either, like, one, you can vend your own goods, and two, we have like a home base to kind of go to while we're at the event. And if that was the case, if we were the people involved, I'm just worried, like, if you have something that you want to bring throughout the year, come up with it, and then we could have different like spots and tables and whatnot, and maybe a cooler in the back and chairs. And if you guys are all down, I don't know if there's a cost for a vendor tent.
The cost. I believe it's like $200 a day for the space, and then they take 20% of your sales. That's just what I heard. Don't quote me on that.
Mhm.
But it is pretty significant.
So 20% of your sales. So you have to receipt your items. You have to have
some sort of itemized.
Well, if we further looked into it and it's worth doing and it's worth our time, then that might be something that's just like I was just selling baseball grenades off my side in trading. Like I made like 15 of them, and I was able to sell like almost all of them. Speaking of which, Matt, I mean, this thing is this is useful, man. Man, I'll be using this guy. I traded a baseball grenade for this. But just food for thought. I'm sure we'll accumulate another time for a video, and we could figure that possibly out. But if we're looking to doing that, just think about items you might want to bring. Valerie, I don't know if you have some cosplay items that you could.
Yep. There are quite a few things I actually wanted to make throughout the year and sell them. For now, I'm only planning on posting this, but I think I'll fulfill my collection and make it bigger. And maybe I'll sell Edie. I don't know. We'll see.
Raffles make a lot of money in the right place, in the right environment.
But yeah, I mean, I would like to be included in that discussion. I'm not saying yes to it. It depends on the number of people, if it's going to pay off, you know what I mean? So
100%.
Just keep me updated if you ever think about having a chat about this again.
I think we should all link up again. I mean, if you guys all have the time and you're down, and we can maybe talk out next year's specifications of what we might be doing, and as far as vending and our placement in next year.
That's perfect. Well, everybody, I want to thank you all for joining us on this episode of the Dungeon Dwellers Adventures, and give a special thanks to all of our guests for taking the time to be here. I know we've gone over our initial time. But before we go, I want to go through each of you and let everybody know where we can find you on social media. Matt, if you want to start.
All right. If your guys are just looking for me, I'm primarily out of Instagram. You can follow me at either at MocoLoco03, or if you're looking for the official cosplay page, it's at the Doormat with 2 T's.
Hayden?
Yeah, you can find me at zeokeo.cosplay, zeokeo.cosplay.
On Instagram.
On Instagram and on TikTok. I don't post much on TikTok anymore, but...
Valeria?
My take is Valara Atron, pretty much on any social network, even on YouTube. I just recently started a channel, but on Instagram, I'm primarily out there on Instagram. So again, it's Valara Atron, and sorry, I'm very bad at spelling.
Perfect. And finally, John.
Yep, that Fallout guy across all platforms. Some of them have underscores if you're going directly into the URL, but hopefully if you search that Fallout guy, I'm at least one of the top few results. But yeah, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, Facebook, mostly on Instagram though.
Fantastic. And we are the Dungeon Dwellers Adventures on YouTube and Instagram. That's all for today, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hey guys.
See you in the wasteland, guys.
Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.